Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Grids of Light on Thursday, March 19th. Today's reading is in anticipation of tomorrow's new moon and spring equinox. The new moon happens at 2:36 a.m., so late Thursday night, early Friday morning, that's Pacific time. And then about 12 hours later at 3:45 in the afternoon, the sun moves into Aries, which signifies or signals the crossing, the ending of one cycle of time and the crossing the threshold into the new beginning initiated with the zodiac sign of Aries. The beginning of spring represents a point in the annual calendar when there's a huge burst of new momentum, new life force, new beginnings, and it's precipitated by the integration of the past. And so there's a deep power in tomorrow's new moon because of the potential that it carries, the strength and the integration of the entire previous cycle of time. And the moon is holding all of those potentials, activated by the 30th degree of Pisces, and then carrying them into the new zodiac sign of Aries. There's a solar eclipse, which is also strengthening this potential of new beginning and huge release of new momentum, creative energy, new potentials, new possibilities for your life. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of tarot cards that can support your personal power and grounding right now, and then we'll do the tarot reading for the new moon. So the first card here is Aries and the Emperor, which represents Aries. And so a very shorthand way to think about Aries is reflected in the Emperor is the expression of authentic power. It's the opportunity for you to connect really deeply with the truth and strength and greatness of who you are and who you desire to become. Aries and the Emperor represents being a pioneer in your own life and claiming your capacity for self-direction, your capacity for embodiment, your capacity to own your own authority and express it in the world from a place of inspiration and authentic power. There's another card that I really like to work with at this time of year, and this is the Queen of Wands. In the system of Hermetic Kabbalah, the Queen of Wands is the aspect of leadership that we can each step into at this point in the year. She represents inner mastery of your capacity to own your confidence, to trust yourself, to claim your fire, to claim your wisdom, your visions of the collective good, and to commit to the possibility of new growth and new life from deep within. This is your wisdom on fire. And she rules the previous 10 days and the coming 20 days. So there's this period, if you work with tarot, where during this time, the Queen of Wands can really help you step into all the potentials of this time and the inspiration of the beginning of the new cycle of time that we call spring. So knowing the connection that I have with the Queen of Wands, I asked her and also the moon and the sun and all of our helpers for a tarot reading that could help us each claim the really powerful potentials of this huge release of momentum, huge release of creative energy that's happening with the new moon, solar eclipse, and spring equinox. And so here's the spread that came from the Queen of Wands as the significator. And all the way over in the position on the left is the Queen of Discs. And this is a card that I've been working with and really closely ever since the winter solstice. She actually rules the period of time of the solstice, and I also think of her as a powerful teacher this year for the year of the goat. And in the position of body right now, the Queen of Discs is representing the importance of you connecting now during this huge potential for expansion and new momentum in your life. There's a real deep importance for you to connect to your inner security. And each of you knows how you do that, what your own tools are, but the shorthand for it is grounding and all embodiment practices. The year of the goat, and this queen has a goat. She's wearing goat antlers, and there's also a goat in the front of the card, signifying the strength and courage and confidence of Capricorn. The auspices for this year are very much indicated by this card this spring. And those are to connect with your own vitality. Do what you need to do to reboot and recharge this spring so that you are full of your own life force and can fully step into all the potentials of the year. So on the most practical level, she's reminding you in this position of body and circumstances to take care of yourself as your highest priority right now. And that could be on the physical level, but it also has to do with connecting with the beauty and harmony of the natural world, of celebrating this birth of new cycle of spring, and of feeling really deeply your connection to your life force, your connection to the physical world, and your ability to be successful here. Your body has a deep wisdom in it, and the wisdom of the body and the intuition of the body is really strongly activated in this goat year and really available this spring. So we almost don't need to go any farther because this is such a powerful synchronicity of the importance of recommitting to personal care and vitality and celebration of the simple practices of embodiment, including play and joy and creativity and time with friends and all physical forms of pleasure that bring you vitality. In the center, in the position of mind, we have the Hermit, which is signifying the importance and the potential right now for connecting really deeply to your own wisdom path. And each of these quarter days of the year, the solstices and the equinoxes, represent a time to recommit to your inspiration, to your practices, and to what really fuels you, which at the highest level is inspiration of what's possible in your life. So in the position of awareness, there's a reminder now to trust yourself, to trust your path, and to affirm your commitment to the path that you're on from a place of creative vitality and inspiration and hope. And all the way in the position of spirit, all the way to the right, is the card for meditation, Two of Swords, peace, or peace of mind, as I call it. And this is a powerful reminder of the importance right now of all mindfulness practices. There's this wave of momentum could result in stress if you're not aligned, because it always brings change. And this is a powerful release of potential that we're experiencing over the next few days. So the reminder here, in order to realize the potentials that are mentioned, is to use your practices of mindfulness in very simple ways to stay aligned vertically with your own higher self, or with the unified field, or with source energy, whatever language you use. That peace of mind, calm, quiet time, at least once or twice a day, is really important right now for accessing the joy and vitality and strength and wisdom that's available. As you know, if you watch these videos, I like to draw another card for any additional wisdom or additional advice or additional creative practical notes for us. And the card is the Seven of Wands, called Valor. And what it's signifying, the sevens are all about change and how we navigate change. And this is a reminder that what's really important right now is inner alignment. Look at that strong inner wand. It could go to the change and the intensity of the creative energy could lead to stress. But when you connect with your tools, which are offered here in simple practical advice, you can use your own language. But when you connect with your own tools for inner alignment and inner power, then you will be able to ride this wave of change. The planet for Aries is Mars, and Mars is also indicated on this card. And so this is a time to work with power in a creative way, I guess I would say. And one of the pieces of advice of this card is when things are changing. Sevens, remember, are about change. When things are changing, don't react quickly. React slowly. Move within. Slow down, and allow yourself to return to inner calm and alignment, which is signified by the crossing lines in the back of the 6 wands. Come to inner alignment before you take action. This all made perfect sense, and I really appreciated the practicality, and I heard an inner voice that said there's one more card. So I drew one more card from the deck, and it was our friend the Emperor. And so this was a message from the guides who create these spreads for us, that this is a strong affirmation of the potential and power of this time, and that indeed this reading is aligned with the initiation of a new year, and our ability to step into this new year from a place of grounding and embodiment and alignment, so that we can each receive all the potentials that are available. So I'm going to put our Queen of Wands back here so you can view her if she brings you the sense of self-confidence that she does me. I love working with her image. And I want to wish you now a really joyful celebration of spring equinox, of this new moon, and of the days to come, of new life, new potential, and new possibility. You may want to take some time today or tomorrow or the next day to celebrate the coming of spring yourself with simple ways. And that can include simple forms of spring cleaning, like maybe beautify the entrance to your home, or pick some flowers. Actually, on the table here are some primroses that I gathered from my garden this morning and brought in. I put flowers in all the rooms of the house today as part of the celebration in my home for welcoming spring and new life. So I wish you a joyful spring equinox, a joyful new moon, and happy new year. And I'll be with you again in a couple of weeks when we celebrate the full moon. Until then, this is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Grids of Light.